Here we are in South Africa. This is a sidetrack car review. If you want something boring, bitumen road, go elsewhere because we are reviewing the Ineos Grenadier. Go, go! Nice! Hello and welcome to South Africa and the channel. I'm Nick, this is Mark, and we are giving a rundown on our thoughts of the Ineos Grenadier off-road.
This is not your boring car review where we test the cup holders, 0 to 60 and all that.
0 to 60, alright. Yeah, it's moving alright. That's quite nice actually. We've got a cow up there, so we've got to slow down.
Probably isn't really going to make or break your $100,000 purchase. This is more so, does a vehicle do what it's made to do and do it well?
First impression for me jumping in here, we're actually, backstory on what we're doing, we've spent a week in this vehicle, very, very remote in the top northern part, just below the Mozambique border in South Africa, jungle, tight tracks, fully loaded vehicle, so it's really the ultimate test for an overlanding vehicle. So yeah, it feels good. First impressions of jumping in and not having done any research on it and not hearing what other people's thoughts are. I love the feel of it.
Yep, that's good to hear. I've obviously done a lot of research into them. I do like them, or did like the idea of it, so I was pretty excited to hear that this was going to be our drive vehicle for a week here. I think given we've been off-road for about 5 days with it now, I think we should just jump straight into our impressions of, and we do a lot of off-roading as well, so we kind of sandy tracks and that kind of stuff we've been driving for 5 days. We've driven in a lot of other vehicles, so we know what works, what doesn't.
Good comparison.
Yeah, straight out of the box, I think it performs really well. We're probably a little bit overloaded at the moment with the amount of gear we've got on board.
For standard suspension.
For standard suspension, for sure. But that aside, suspension has worked pretty damn well.
Yeah, I literally just made this comment before, driving on the forestry road, which is more of a trail, like a track, not so much just a goat track through forestry. Quite bumpy and rutted, and like for a loaded vehicle,
yeah,
factory suspension, I mean, if you were to buy one or whatever, it would be upgraded anyway.
Yeah.
But for factory suspension, it performs quite well.
Yeah.
It is comfortable, even when I couldn't slow down for like a rut or a divot in the road, a pothole, a decent pothole. It soaked that up really good, and I'm pretty damn surprised at that, going on how loaded this vehicle is.
Yeah, same. One thing that we have found that has, I guess it is a bit annoying, is the turning circle on all the tight tracks that we've done. The turning circle is really shit.
It's horrendous. It's same spec as an American truck.
Yeah.
Like, it is for a smaller size car, like when you're talking American trucks.
Yeah.
It's a shocking turning circle.
Yeah,
is it a deal breaker? No, it's not. Not even close to a deal breaker.
Exactly
but
right.
It's to be noted for sure. Just on the steering there, the steering does feel quite nice. Like I said that before, but like, although it's got poor turning circle, it is quite comfortable. It's a great seating position. It feels solid. The only downside that I've come across was the turning circle. You did mention on roads coming up here, like actual bitumen roads, the return to centre was
at slow speed,
something to get used to.
Yeah. Again, it's something to get used to.
Yeah.
One other gripe that's a popular one is the footrest on the left.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't done a 2,000k trip where I'm sitting on it for 10 hours a day.
Yep.
Long hours. Just this morning, where it's probably been my longest stint on actual roads, I mean, I could probably put my seat back a little bit further, it'd be a bit more comfortable, but it is tighter than a Ranger. Yep. It's tighter than one of your typical dual cabs, or popular dual cabs these days, but I'm still comfortable. The seats themselves are super comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's a fraction tighter. It's not a problem for me.
Yeah.
You're 6 foot something.
6'1", yeah.
And I mean, you drive a Defender, so
that's right. I've had worse. Like, it's definitely better than a Jeep Wrangler, and better than a Defender for anyone that has driven those or found those acceptable or a pain in the ass. This is way better than that. One other issue, small issue, is in the sand. We've been scooping a lot of sand and mud and crap up in the back bash plate,
which goes around the rear muffler,
which just hugs the muffler. But yeah, she really digs in and just collects a lot of stuff. If it's just sand, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But if you're in the bush or again mud, it's a bit annoying to have somebody scooping mud and have mud.
Not only that, but there has been issues with people collecting grasses and sitting next to a muffler. There's potential danger there for ignition. So
exactly.
Once again, it may have been something that was like, oh, we don't like you said last night when we were chatting about this. It's like, could be a design thing, and they're like, they quickly fixed it.
Yeah.
But that's caused another issue.
Yeah.
Not a major. Once again, this vehicle has an off-road mode, which is great. So what off-road mode does is disables seatbelt alarms. It disables parking, like parking assist, front and rear. It disables the start-stop.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Which is great.
Yeah.
We haven't got to the bottom of. We think it also encourages like holding up on gears, coming like a downhill assist.
Yeah, we should confirm that, shouldn't we?
We're not certain on that one, but from what we experienced, because we didn't experience it on any massive downhill where you really wanted to hold your back, it was kind of a little bit of an annoyance for me personally, because I would have to sort of like, it seemed like you could like bleep the throttle and it would like eliminate that.
Then it would change up gear.
Yeah. But the fact that they've got an off-road mode makes me super happy to like eliminate them things. In saying that, there is a bit of a sequence you need to know for all these options. So it's factory front and rear diff locked as well. It took it, once again, you get used to it, but it wasn't as simple as just pressing it on and off. Diff lock's going to be used in low range, not high range, which is similar to any factory diff lock.
Heaps of cars are like that.
So, yeah, go on.
Just a speed bump here.
Holy shit. Didn't see that one.
That's good.
Wondering why you weren't staying down?
Well, there's a test for this.
One annoying thing with the off-road mode, as Nick, we've got another speed bump here.
Yeah, got this one.
Excellent. So it's a main road that's pretty quick, and then there's speed bumps in all the towns, which is good. It makes you slow down for some people slow down. But yeah, the off-road mode, that would be awesome if when you turn the car off and then back on again, it stayed in off-road mode.
Yeah.
That's the one issue with it. And again, like a lot of cars, as soon as you turn the car off,
back to default.
Settings all go back to default.
Yeah.
As far as we're here doing some filming for some other work, and we did a lot of runs to get multiple angles, multiple shots of some hard sand climbs, like sandy hills essentially, where big holes, we were lifting wheels, really having to push it pretty hard to climb up that sand hill, and we didn't make it many times, but did make it 5 or 6 times. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Get it. Get it. Fuck, that's good. So it was on the limit of what it can and can't do.
Well, it's also on the limit of
what
knowing a new car, where you need to push that throttle to, like the lag of it, and you don't want to be just foot to the floor flying up a hill that you've never driven a car on. So it's a bit of both, knowing a car and the terrain as well. So
but after doing that, I was pretty impressed with its performance in the sand. You certainly know if you want to put your foot down in this thing, it does want to take off. It's got some power.
The gearbox runs gears smooth.
So smooth.
Like very, very nice.
Yeah. Also, while we're on the subject of off-road, I think you're never going to get to a point where you're running out of power or in the wrong gear. Getting all the buttons and everything right, the diff locks I was fine with. The ESC off I found to be a bit harder to gauge, but this is coming from someone that hasn't read the manual
Yeah.
hasn't ever watched a tutorial on it. I was just guessing literally as I needed to do it. So it's still intuitive enough to make it up on the spot.
Yeah.
Which is probably important enough.
Yeah, you don't need a degree to
Yeah.
sort it out.
Yeah. A bit of common sense, and you get to use. If you use traction control in other vehicles, you know there's usually a combination of either holding it for 5 seconds or whatever,
Or
or
if it doesn't work, then you try something different.
yeah. What are your thoughts, Nick? The interior layout's pretty out there. I wouldn't say there's anything else on the market like this, as far as sitting in a cockpit goes. Sitting in
It
a
feels
car.
like you're sitting in, like, not that I was saying too many cockpits, but it feels like you're sitting in a cockpit of a plane. You've got the overhead console, and you got that continued down through the center console. I love it. I really, really like it. It's my vibe. It wouldn't be everyone's vibe. What I don't really love is, and it's not the fact that the speedo is in the center console, well, in the center dash, I cold call it. There's no instrument cluster as a typical car. It gives off EV vibes in that sense, where they have a little bit more of a different concept on their dashes, but like I don't hate it. I don't hate it because there's no speed in front of me. It just seems a little bit bland in front of me. There is just like a screen with warning lights, and that is it. There's nothing else there. So if you're not familiar, which once again we've been in this car for a week, so we're not familiar with it. If you're not familiar with your warning lights, you kind of don't know what they are until you understand what that symbol means. I don't love it.
Yeah.
Once again,
I did notice that
it comes up here.
Yeah, it does
Reference
so
it back
there's a
on.
warning, and then it does reference it in the center. So we've got low pressures at the moment in the tyres, and there's obviously tyre monitoring system, and then it occasionally flashes up on the center screen what that particular warning is. So that is at least something. But yeah, I agree. That piece behind I don't hate the idea of keeping it simple. I just think it just looks a little bit cheaper for how nice the rest of the interior looks.
It does kind of leave a nice, like, when we first got in here, we had the sat nav sitting above that center screen. We've shuffled that because it was a bit like you got to look over it.
Yeah.
We have shuffled that down, and it sits heaps nicer. That could be a positive of it. You can, I think you mentioned that to start with. So it might be a good spot to have your sat nav, or people put more and more things suction cup to their windscreen these days. So
what are your thoughts on other features of the car, Nick? That with this one has the moonroof or the sunroof.
Yep. Double hatch.
Yeah. Any thoughts on?
Well, I like it. It's something different. We discussed this earlier in the trip. Would you, if you were to buy one, would you? Because you can option it without it. Would you? And I sort of think I probably would option it with it.
Yep.
It's something different. A bit of a quirk. It gives more headroom, but as you said, it also would offer a fair bit more heat to the scon as well.
Definitely.
So that would be something to be mindful of. But I don't know, like, I'm always, and here's another topic we'll bring up in a second, I'm always mindful of storage, nooks, glove boxes, like little things that you can stick things to, phones, head torch, pocket knife, whatever. I love nooks and storage options, and this doesn't serve many at all.
No, it doesn't. For a Swiss Army of a car,
it doesn't have a Swiss Army storage.
No, it doesn't have great storage. The glove box is tiny. You'd fit like some envelopes in there.
You'd fit maybe a pair of gloves.
Yep.
So it's probably true to label.
It's true to label. Center console is pretty small.
Yeah. And we can roll on to another aspect of that too with the storage. It's also limited on factory outlets for power.
In the front.
You got a cigarette socket in the center console with USB-C and a USB.
Yep.
That's the only power up here, isn't it?
Yep. And then the rest is behind the console.
In the back, now you may not be able to answer this, I don't know. This one has a factory second battery.
Yes, yeah. This has some, I think this has what they call the rough pack and the smooth pack. The rough pack being diff locks and stuff like that, and the smooth pack being nice things like heated seats, leather, the windows.
Okay.
So I think this might have both rough pack and smooth pack. It does have the dual battery, which is pretty cool. I think it was 105 amp hour second battery in there, battery charger. You can see some of that charging stuff on the front screen, which is cool as well. So you can actually keep track of it. Again, that's a nice a nice standard feature that can potentially prevent you needing to do something aftermarket.
Yeah.
Which, as you know, dual battery kits can be pretty expensive.
And one of the first things that you install if you're buying a car of this.
Yeah, exactly right. So that's neat.
There's a power socket in the back for the fridge.
There is power socket in the back.
There is multiple tie-down rails and stuff in the back cargo area as well.
The cargo area is a bit
Clunky.
Yeah, a bit annoying. Like a lot of cars, the wheel arch space is so hard to pack around.
Yeah.
This one is, I don't know, a little bit harder because they've really used a lot of angles that nothing sits on. So although overall it's wide,
Yeah.
the base, the floor section isn't super wide. So a custom setup made smart could definitely make better use of it.
The rear doors, so they're barn door style, a quite narrow one and then a large one. A feature I noticed was, and we've got a ladder on the small one to get onto the roof rack, etc. If you've got a rooftop tent or storage or whatever. I like the fact that actually latches shut, even if the big door's open. So you can climb up and down your ladder without that swinging around, and you can still access one.
And it still feels pretty strong.
Yeah, it's like it's shut with the other door.
Yeah.
But it's obviously latched into the actual body of the vehicle. So simple thing like that, I'm like, that's good.
Yeah. Rather than it just kind of closing and being able to swing again.
Yeah, like my Patrol, for instance, you can't latch the small door without the big door being closed.
Yep.
So I like that.
Yep. Doors in general are all
door handles,
except one thing, but doors in general are very solid. I like how I haven't had many cars that the doors stay open at a certain spot, but they're really stiff when they open at a certain spot, and when you're closing, they'll have a very solid. You do have to give them a solid close.
Yeah.
But it's a great confirming sound when they are closed. Door handle though, they are push button door handles, which I hate. And we've already found that the driver's door handle, sometimes it will stick in.
Got to give it a bit of a tap to.
And you've just got to hit the side of the door for the handle to push out, otherwise the door won't latch when you close it. So that's annoying. And honestly, I've had it with the Jeep and I've had it with the Defender, so I think it's just the style. You get any grip in around the mechanism there, it bounds up.
Yes, another benefit is these upfitter, or I'm going to call them upfitter switches. That's a Ford term, but they're pre-wired
auxiliary switches,
different ratings as well, which is awesome.
Yep.
There's even a winch isolator, one up there, 500 ampere, so well thought about. I love it. Yeah, you can keep the factory look on your overhead console without having to put, crappy 12-volt switches in.
That's a massive thing.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, there's another big cost that you're just factoring into the vehicle rather than aftermarket. So, that's a great feature.
Yeah.
And they've put the outlets in smart places. There's a couple on the roof. I think there's one in the front, one in the back. So, ready to add your accessories into that area.
Yeah. You've done a lot of research. Now you've had an incredibly good first drive.
Test drive,
test drive, whatever you want to call it, because it literally is.
You can see the tents and everything there. It's like a massive celebration.
Sorry, we're just driving through these little African villages, so we've got a bit on our plate at the moment. But you've been wanting to, well, not only test drive one, but like to test drive one in this environment where you are giving it a bit of shit.
Yeah.
It's loaded up. It's as you potentially as you would set one up, roof rack, bit of weight around, fridge in the back. It's ready for overlanding basically, because that's what we've been doing. Would you buy one? Are you happy with how it's performed, and would you still, you were very keen on buying one? Would you buy one? Is your love for it still there, or have you been turned off for some reason?
No, I think it's pretty well just as I thought it would be, to be honest. as good as I thought it would be, and where it does fall a little bit, it's not critical to me.
This has to be noted that this is not a sponsored. Ineos haven't supplied us with this vehicle.
No, they don't know we're in it.
No, it was supplied for this other job we're working on. This is just a perfect case scenario where we're like, well, let's do a review. Seem to be so interested in buying one.
My question for you, somebody, I know you're not in the market for a wagon, but you do know what's available on the market at the moment. So it's 2025, you got a brand new Prado, like a 250 Prado, a 300 series, a Y62 Patrol.
None of them are coil around solid axle.
So that is, if you're looking at a wagon today,
it's the only option. If you
Jeep Wrangler.
Jeep Wrangler. I wouldn't buy a Jeep Wrangler. Simple as that. This definitely ticks boxes. It's hard for me to say because I'm not in the market for this style of car. Whereas you are. But this is 100% a top contender. In my no need to buy one category. If that makes sense. 100%. It'd be very, very up there. Especially even more so now because I've driven one. The gearbox feels. We just put my foot down out of that on the road before. I'm like, you can't even feel the gear change. It is so smooth. It's a pleasure to drive.
It is. It's fairly quiet, and like particularly having a roof rack on it full of gear. Like the road noise is really nice.
It certainly is. Well, that's a pretty quick rundown. Like we could probably go on for a long time and hum and har about things, and it is only a week. It's a good week. It's better than most car reviewers give these things. Like I think the Grenadier's probably had a bit of flack because car reviewers review cars to appeal to the greater majority. This isn't a car for the greater majority. It's a car fit for purpose, and if it's put against the 300 series and a Y62, this is going to come last every time. Because people don't understand why this car has been built.
I feel like a car reviewer nowadays would review a motorbike and still score it badly for not carrying 5 people. That's kind of the way reviewers are, I think, at the moment. They don't just look at a vehicle and say, hey, this is what it's for, this is what it can do, but the reason it does perform so well in this area is because they've designed it to do that. So, and that usually affects it somewhere else. So it's a quick insight, a quick look at our review or our thoughts on the Ineos Grenadier
off-road.
If anyone has some questions about how it performs off-road or something that we've missed that you think we may have touched on, we've got a speed bump coming up.
Thanks for that.
Well, we're doing a $130, so I just wanted to make sure.
Drop any of them in the comments because this is quite a, as you would have noticed.
Jeez, that's a bump.
It is, it's a mountain. There is probably this is a very unscripted presentation that we've delivered. So comment anything if you've heard things on forums or you're like, oh, does this do this or is that annoying? Drop them in the comments because chances are we've probably experienced it, just haven't had a topic on it. Subscribe. Who knows? In the future, you might see more Grenadier content here on the channel.
Maybe.
So,
cheers.
Thanks for watching.